I know you're a little rusty.
I'll roll your whole head!
Welcome to Avatar Maniac's first versus battle of 2025. I know it's been a while, I had some things to take care of, but I'm back and I've missed you guys just as much as you've missed me. And what better way to kick off the year than with a showdown between two of the best earthbenders in Avatar history, Toph versus Kuvira. Both are elite earthbenders, masters of metal bending, and absolute powerhouses. But if they went head to head, who's coming out on top? Let's get into it.
Whenever you're ready!
When it comes to raw talent and bending mastery, Toph Beifong is in a league of her own. She didn't just master earthbending, she redefined what bending could be. The way she commands the battlefield to her will is ridiculous. We're talking about someone who can launch massive boulders, create rock slides in an instant, and react so fast that countering attacks is second nature. But what truly separates her from every other earthbender is that she invented metal bending. Before Toph, people thought metal was untouchable. Then she came along and proved them all wrong. She discovered that metal contains trace amounts of earth and figured out how to bend it, turning an impossible technique into reality. That single breakthrough didn't just change her fighting style, it changed the entire world. By Legend of Korra, metal bending became a fundamental part of society, from police forces to entire industries, all because of one girl's genius.
That statue honors the first metal bender, Toph Beifong, who expanded the possibilities of what benders were capable of.
And if that wasn't enough, she also pioneered an even more impressive ability, her seismic sense. Toph was born blind, but that never held her back. After learning from the badger moles, she turned earthbending into a sixth sense, processing vibrations in the ground as if she could see. Her perception is so refined that she can predict movements before they happen, which is how she dominated underground earthbending tournaments. Detect lies by feeling subtle changes in a person's heartbeat. Sense the impurities in metal, which is how she unlocked metal bending in the first place. Toph's got the skill, the instincts, and the sheer force of will to dominate almost any fight. Mess with her, and you're getting buried, literally. If anyone pushed metal bending to its absolute peak in The Legend of Korra, it's Kuvira. Suyin is up there too, but Kuvira took it to a whole different level. She's got precision, control, and a combat style that makes her nearly unstoppable. First off, Kuvira is a master fighter, and arguably the fastest metal bender we've ever seen. Most metal benders rely on cables or armor, but Kuvira turns small metal strips into deadly weapons. She launches them like projectiles, subdues multiple opponents in seconds, and can even form razor-sharp blades mid-fight. Her ability to reshape metal instantly makes her a complete menace in close combat. Then there's her agility. Unlike traditional earthbenders who tend to stay grounded, Kuvira fights with speed and fluidity. She's constantly moving, dodging attacks, and striking with pinpoint accuracy. She shifts between offense and defense so fast that most opponents can't even keep up. What really sets her apart is how efficient she is. Every movement has purpose. Kuvira doesn't waste energy throwing massive attacks when a precise, calculated strike will get the job done. She controls the battlefield and overwhelms her opponents before they even have time to react. Villain or not, there's no denying that Kuvira is one of the most advanced and terrifyingly skilled benders in the entire series. Now that we've covered their individual skills and abilities, let's rank them side by side to see who comes out on top. For this ranking system, S equals Grandmaster level, A equals Master, B equals Adept, C equals Average, D equals Fodder. If a skill category for Toph, for instance, falls under A, that means she's on par with most Master tier combatants in that area. Keep in mind, these rankings are just my opinion. I'd love to hear yours as well.
Do people really want to see two little girls fighting out here?
When it comes to durability, I'd give Toph a D. She isn't the most durable fighter. When her feet got burned by Zuko, she was completely immobilized and unable to fight effectively. Speed and agility D. Toph has great reaction speed, but her overall movement and agility are severely lacking, especially without bending. We saw this in the Day of Black Sun when Aang couldn't keep up with Azula, let alone Toph. Stamina and endurance. A. We haven't seen enough of her limits to place her in S, but her sparring match with Bumi showed that she can sustain high-intensity combat and defend against powerful attacks without showing signs of exhaustion. Bending power. S. She has shown some of the most impressive displays of scale both in immediate attacks and charged strikes. Her metal bending defenses are nearly impenetrable by raw bending power alone. She even briefly slowed down a sinking giant library, showcasing her incredible strength. Bending control. S. Seismic sense allows her to detect, defend, and pull off highly precise battlefield manipulation, binding attacks and immensely detailed sculptures without much issue. Strategic ability. S. Her unorthodox techniques and mastery of the neutral Jing strategy makes Toph a nightmare to fight. She counters most grounded combatants with ease, and her battle against Earth Kingdom soldiers showcased just how creative and strategic she is in combat. Moving on to Kuvira. Strength. C. Holding up Tonrak and executing her acrobatic maneuvers place Kuvira above fodder-level strength, but it's not her primary asset. Durability. A. She's incredibly resilient, quickly recovering from Korra's attacks and even surviving the explosion of the Colossus after taking multiple hits beforehand. Combat speed. S. Both her bending motions and reaction speed are among the best in the series. Her ability to execute precise attacks in rapid succession is unmatched. Agility. A. She has excellent footwork and mobility, constantly staying on the move in battle. However, she's a step below the likes of Aang or Ty Lee in sheer agility. Stamina. A. Kuvira fought multiple high-intensity battles, including against Korra and Suyin, without slowing down. She maintained offensive pressure and evasive maneuvers the entire time. Hand-to-hand combat. A. She's highly proficient in close-quarters combat, but there's not enough evidence to determine if she reaches the absolute top tier. Bending power. A. She doesn't rely on raw power as much as precision. Bending control. S. Kuvira is one of the most precise benders in the entire series. She controls small, thin metal projectiles at high speeds with pinpoint accuracy, making her an extremely dangerous opponent. Strategic and tactical ability. S. She continuously adapts to her environment, uses her bending in unpredictable ways, and keeps a level head even in high-pressure fights. Her battle IQ is easily among the best. So, who do I think wins this battle?
I don't know.
Both Toph and Kuvira are elite fighters, but their strengths lie in different areas. Toph excels in raw power, battlefield manipulation, and defensive mastery, while Kuvira dominates with speed, precision, and adaptability. It's no surprise they're both among the most skilled benders in the Avatar universe. However, if we're talking about 12-year-old Toph, I'd give the edge to Kuvira. A huge part of Kuvira's fighting style involves breaking her opponent's connection to the ground, which is exactly Toph's biggest weakness. While Toph's defenses are fast, Kuvira's attack speed is even faster, both in offense and counterattacks. The only real advantages Toph has here are raw power and seismic sense, but she would have to overwhelm Kuvira immediately to win. Now, Toph at Kuvira's age is another story. While we don't have full knowledge of her abilities at that point, it's safe to assume she became considerably more skilled and refined over time. If that's the case, she would likely beat Kuvira. As for older Toph, let's not overestimate her. She still has incredible finesse, as seen in her sparring session with Korra, but her mobility and endurance aren't what they used to be.
Ouch.
Kuvira, on the other hand, is still young, highly agile, fast, and extremely precise for an earthbender. She would slowly but surely pick Toph apart, though Toph would put up a strong fight. This isn't to downplay Toph by any means. She's a legend, but physically, she's simply not what she used to be, and against someone like Kuvira, that's a major disadvantage. In the end, Kuvira's speed, precision, and tactical edge give her the win.
None for me. I won't celebrate until the Earth Kingdom is 100% reunited.
But I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments. If you're into Avatar battles and breakdowns like this, check out the next video on your screen.
Finally, some peace and quiet.